Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tehran. The Black Widow movie will be coming out shortly, or will probably be out depending on the speed in which I edit this. So I figured, why not go over the MCU, its current movies and TV shows that are out, and I give my thoughts and opinions and I rank them as we prepare for the current rollout of more superhero films. I figured I probably want to get some of my easier picks out the way, my easier S and F tiers. So, um, by the way, I don't think I'm going to include Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter because I, one, haven't seen them, and two, I'm pretty sure they don't count in the MCU canon. So I will be ignoring those. Everything else is free game since I've seen it. So here we go. It's Endgame. There it is. Infinity War. Infinity War is an easy S tier. This should be self-explanatory. Infinity War was just probably not even probably, it's definitely the greatest film the MCU has produced. There isn't really much that I can say that hasn't already been said. This is just an unexplainable S tier. As for an F, I don't really think there's anything in an F. If I did, I'd probably say Hulk, but really, if anything, I think it's just really hard D tier. So I don't know why I really included an F tier, but it's there anyway. I'd say Hulk is a really easy D tier, as well as Iron Man 2, very easy D tier. Yeah, I think that's it for self-explanatory. Maybe it's a softie. It's a softie tier. Okay. It's probably these two films are the two films in the MCU that I just haven't revisited. I don't have much interest in ever seeing them again. I'm really mad with Universal for not giving over the rights to Hulk, so Hulk hasn't really been able to be fleshed out as much as he should have. So for that reason alone, for this being his only but his only solo film, I'm just really disappointed that that's all we get from the Hulk. So, but I'm not gonna take my frustrations out too much. I think C tier, I'm probably gonna go with Captain Marvel. C for Captain Marvel. I thought the movie was just fine. I want to say that Captain Marvel really just lacked some individuality. It just kind of felt like a cookie cutter superhero film, so I was probably really bored with it. Not probably, I was definitely really bored with it. I'll say Thor is also pretty C tier, as well as Thor: The Dark World. They're both pretty C tier films. They're just fine. They're entertaining. Villains aren't like that standout. I think Loki gets better by Avengers than he is in the first Thor, and then in Thor: The Dark World, the Dark Elves are just boring. I'm actually gonna put Black Panther at a high C tier. Go over. Thank you. Black Panther at a high C tier. Pretty controversial, I think, here. Amazing performances from its actors. R.P. Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan did an amazing job in the leading roles. But other than that, I say the film is a bit like, as much as Michael B. Jordan does great as Killmonger is kind of sort of underutilized because he's only the main villain for half of the film and then he dies. It's boring. T'Challa and Eric didn't have much personal conflict. It was really more generational. So they didn't really share a lot of screen time before their big climax for us to really connect for their struggle. And then again, Killmonger died. So I think that hinders the film a bit. Side characters aren't as memorable in this one. Like, Shuri's cool, and Nakia's cool, and Okoye's cool, but like, that's it. They're just cool. It's not much depth. Visuals are great. The music's great. Again, the acting's great. It's just a C. I might maybe a low B, maybe a low B. But for the most part, I'm just gonna stick with a C. Actually, I'm gonna put Ant-Man and the Wasp down here at the high D. Just really forgettable, to be honest. Really forgettable. Avengers Endgame gets a B. Oh, gets a B. It's fine. Not the cleanest of the Avengers films. Not the worst. As far as finales go, it had a lot to carry on its shoulders, so it did well. I enjoyed Endgame. It was just a nice climactic send-off to the first arc of the MCU. Doctor Strange also gets a B tier. Really fun. Again, with same as Black Panther, side characters aren't as stand out. I mean, the Ancient One is cool. What's his name? Mordo. Ooh, his name's slipping me at the moment. Fun to watch. I love that actor. Benedict Cumberbatch is great as the hilarious Doctor Strange. So yeah, B tier, and it's one of the few MCU movies that I've seen in theaters, and it was a really great theater experience. So Doctor Strange gets a B for me. Guardians of the Galaxy. Is this Volume 1? Yeah, this is Volume 1. Volume 1 is A tier, and Volume 2 is also A tier. Both really great films. Personally, I enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 more, but Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, is the stronger film, but they're pretty much neck and neck, and they're just thematically rich. The characters are great. Guardians of the Galaxy is what the Fantastic Four should be, and how the X-Men should be. This is how you assemble a family, set up a family, and do the family theme in the MCU. This is great. The first Avengers gets a high B. Narratively, it's cohesive. I think the lighting, it's like there's a lot of bland visuals in the first Avengers. Like, everything feels like it's shot under one direct light the entire film. I think also, just as far as just setting up the first big team up, it does a really good job there, but overall this is probably the only Avengers film that I return to the least. I give Age of Ultron an A. I have a lot of fun with Age of Ultron. It's not as tight as the other Avengers films narratively, but I feel like this had the most going for it, and it's what made Infinity War great. I'm gonna be honest. I really love Age of Ultron. Thor Ragnarok is the only other S. Thor Ragnarok is perfect in my eyes. I'm not going to elaborate on that. You can just have fun with that. Actually, no, I forget. Winter Soldier also gets an S. Okay, those are the only 3 S's. Winter Soldier is the strongest of the Captain America trilogy, and I'm gonna edge it out over Thor Ragnarok. That's it. That's the only S's. We're not returning to that tier. Iron Man 3 gets a B tier. Everybody hated Iron Man 3 when it came out. I'm happy to see that it's a lot of people have warmed up to it in the 8 years that it's since it's premiered. I've loved Iron Man 3 since it came out, so I've been ahead of the curve. You guys are just catching up to me. So, eat it. Civil War is an A. Civil War to date probably has one of the best Spider-Man on screen. Spider-Man's probably the best he's ever been in Civil War. And for that reason alone, I love Civil War. It's also just really fun. It's not as climactic and as bombastic as its comic alternative, but I think for its on-screen adaptation, I think Civil War is pretty cool. It's just a nice rupture in the family. It makes Infinity War hit a lot harder. Civil War's cool. To this day, I still can't decide whose side I'm really on, whether it be Tony's or Steve's. I just know that scene where the two super soldiers where they jump Iron Man. That's going down as like probably one of the greatest scenes the MCU has ever produced. That's just well choreographed, well shot. I love that moment. All right, here we go. I see some other stuff for last. First, Iron Man. This is an A tier. Great movie. Isn't much else that I can say about it. It's just a really great movie. Far From Home gets a high C tier. I want to say low B, high C. Oof. I should have made a middle. Should have made a C plus tier. Should have made a C plus tier. Far From Home gets a C, high C, low B area. It'd be at like a 7.9 if these were numbers. Far From Home was fun. I had a lot of fun in theaters watching it. I haven't rewatched it since because it's not on any streaming platforms and I'm not paying for it. Far From Home was fun though. I think MCU Spider-Man, outside of when the Russos were writing and directing, well, they weren't really writing, but when Spider-Man was in their care, I think with John Watts, Spider-Man is still kind of finding his stride a little bit, and his second outing under John Watts is slightly weaker than Homecoming. Still fun, but slightly weaker. But Homecoming is a B. I had a lot of fun watching Homecoming. I had a lot of fun thinking about Homecoming. Michael Keaton to be Vulture, I think, is great. And I think Tom is also a little bit more. I think he's still a little bit fresh in Homecoming, so gonna give that a B tier. The first Ant-Man. I'm gonna put that between Black Panther and Captain Marvel. Paul Rudd is great. Forgettable villain. Oof. Yeah, we'll go there. Okay. Okay, that feels right. Yeah, that feels right. WandaVision. Excuse my bad singing. WandaVision's really fun. I had a lot of fun watching this. Before I place it, I only watched WandaVision for Wanda's grief and for the love story between her and Vision. So because that's the angle that I watched it from, I'm going high B. I'd be remiss if I didn't address the controversy where everybody got upset over like the red herrings and getting faked out with Ralph Boner, but I didn't care for that. I had fun watching Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany go from decade to decade and adapt to each sitcom style. I love the costume director's work. I like the visual flair. What's her name? Teyana Paler, I think is the actress name, who did Monica Rambeau, is great, and I can't wait to see more from her. I had a lot of fun watching WandaVision. I gotta give it a B. Captain America: The First Avenger gets, I'll put it right here. Another one of the B tier movies. The B tier is gonna be the biggest, like, to be honest, because these movies, they're not like some extreme high class art or anything, but they're fun. Excuse me. They're fun to watch, they're fun to see, they're fun to think about, they're fun to theorize about. I have a lot of fun with the MCU. So, that's everything. Where's Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Why is it not on this tier list? This must have been made before Falcon and the Winter Soldier was done. Well, Falcon and the Winter Soldier would be between Captain America and Doctor Strange in the B tier. We're gonna pretend that's where Falcon and the Winter Soldier is. Yeah, here. Well, we're gonna pretend like I didn't just touch anything. Yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier would be in the B tier. largely because, for a lot of the same reasons that I like WandaVision, I just think it was really fun watching Sam have to struggle with his own guilt and unpreparedness, and to step against such a huge mantle of becoming Captain America. I love the relationship between him and Bucky. Um, I think what's her name? What's her name? Who was the main villain? Carly. I thought Carly was pretty cool. I think she became too goofy, maniacal, supervillain a little too quick. Which is why I put this on the lower B. But ever imposing threat. John Walker was fun. I like watching Wyatt Russell, U.S. agent. I think it's going to be really fun to see reoccur. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with the TV shows. If Loki was done based off just the first 2 episodes, Loki gets an A. Just off the first 2 episodes. So yeah, that is my MCU ranking. Avengers Infinity War, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Thor Ragnarok, S. Guardians Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2, Avengers Age of Ultron, Civil War, and Iron Man get an A. Pretty sure I don't have to explain these as I'm going through them again. My B tier, Avengers, WandaVision, Iron Man 3, Avengers Endgame, Captain America, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, B tier. Far From Home, Black Panther, Thor, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, Thor the Dark World, C tier. And D tier is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Hulk, and Iron Man 2. Thank you for watching. I am still currently in the process of doing a really big, well, for me, really big review. It's been sapping away a lot of my time because I have to do a lot of reading. It's not even a lot of reading, but it's a lot of reading. That'll probably be my end of the year project at the rate that I'm moving, because I really want to take my time. No, it won't. I should probably be done with it by the end of August, I want to say. So in the meantime, I'm going to be doing a bunch of different side content, small little snippets and stuff. I really appreciate people who stick to the end, who like and comment, and if you subscribe, that's just as great. So thank you for sticking with me as I'm trying to figure out all this YouTube stuff. And yeah, if you're watching this at night, good night. If you watch this in the morning, good morning. Have a good day. I love you, and make sure you comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Bye.